Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take just that amount of time to slow down, open Scripture, and reflect on how God works, not just through big moments, but through ordinary reputations, relationships, conversations, and faithfulness over time. The question we're going to ask today is, who's walking with you? Today, we'll be in Acts chapter 18, and one of the clearest themes in this chapter is nobody follows Jesus alone. Paul arrives in Corinth, a busy and morally complicated city, and he meets a married couple named Aquila and Priscilla. They share the same trade, tent making, so Paul lives and works alongside them. And that actually matters because ministry for Paul wasn't just preaching from a distance, it was doing life together, working together, shared rhythms. Then every Sabbath, Paul reasons in the synagogue, trying to persuade people about Jesus. Some respond. Others oppose him strongly. And eventually, the resistance becomes intense enough that Paul says he'll now focus more directly on the Gentiles. But even in the middle of the opposition, God speaks to Paul in a vision. Do not be afraid, but go on speaking, and do not be silent, for I am with you. That's the needed reminder. Because even Paul, the bold missionary we often admire, still battled fear and discouragement. And he doesn't shame him for it. He reassures him. Presence before performance would be the formula here. So Paul stays in Corinth for 1.5 years, teaching and building the church there. Eventually, he's dragged before the Roman proconsul Gallio by people trying to silence him. But Gallio dismisses the case, seeing it as an internal religious dispute. And again, the gospel keeps moving forward. Then, toward the end of the chapter, we meet a man named Apollos. He's intelligent, passionate, and skilled in teaching the scriptures. But his understanding is incomplete. And here's what's amazing and great about this. Priscilla and Aquila don't publicly embarrass him. They take him aside, explain things more accurately. That demonstrates spiritual maturity. Not showing off their knowledge, but helping someone grow. And Apollos goes on to become a powerful voice in the early church, which means his growth happened because someone invested in him personally. So let's look at a couple of questions that come up because of this reading. The first one is what we opened with. Who's walking with you? Because faith was never meant to be in isolation. We need people to encourage us, challenge us, teach us, and remind us we're not alone. Another question to wrestle with in Acts chapter 18 is, how do you respond when fear shows up? Because courage isn't the absence of fear. Sometimes it's simply continuing forward because God is with you. A final question is, are you helping others grow? Not just who's with you, but who are you with? Those are some questions you can navigate as we take time to apply this to our lives today. Be well, friends.